Class 12th Commerce, Subject Accountancy, Chapter number 5. The name of the chapter is Accounting Ratios, Lecture number 6. Solvency ratios. As the solvency ratios are going on, let us move on to the last one, solvency ratio. The name of the ratio is interest coverage ratio. This ratio is also termed एज डेप्ट सर्विस रेशो. देखिए, उधार सेवा रेशो के नाम से है ये, डेप्ट उधार. दिस रेशो इज कैलकुलेटेड बाय डिवाइडिंग द प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड इनकम टैक्स, और इवन टैक्स वी कैन से बाय फिक्स्ड इंटरेस्ट चार्जेस. Interest coverage, the formula for interest coverage ratio is profit before charging interest and income tax divided by fixed interest charges. In fixed interest charges, we take the interest of long-term loans. And that is very much clear. Numerator जो है हमारा profit before charging interest and income tax, it means ये वो profit है जिसमें से हमने किसी भी खर्चे को नहीं किया है, whether that kharcha is of interest and whether that kharcha it is of income tax. And the result of ICR comes in times. एक बार, दो बार, तीन बार, one time, two times, three times, like this. The result of the just net result of interest coverage ratio that comes in times. Profit before interest and income tax is to be taken for the calculation of this ratio, because this is the amount of profit out of which interest and income tax is to be paid out. अभी पे करना है, पे किया नहीं है बेटा. Fixed interest charges include interest on fixed long term loans and debentures. इसमें जो हम fixed interest charges में कौन सा interest आप लेंगे, that interest will be on fixed long term loans and debentures. उन पर जो interest होगा वो आप लेंगे. Objective and significance. This ratio indicates how many times the interest charges are covered by the profits available to pay interest charges. अब ये देखिए, ये रेशो हमें ये बताती है कि हमने अवेलेबल प्रॉफिट्स में से इंटरेस्ट हाउ मेनी टाइम्स हैव वी पेड. A long-term lender is interested in finding out whether the business will earn sufficient profits to pay the interest charges regularly. जिन्होंने बहुत समय, बहुत लंबे टाइम के लिए उधार दिया हुआ है, they remain interested in finding about all this ICR, interest coverage ratio. They want to know, is the company suffering from losses or do they have sufficient profits so that they can pay interest charges regularly. These are also known as fixed interest charges. This ratio measures the margin of safety for long-term lenders. Definitely, it is giving you the margin of safety as it is explaining how many times is the interest paid out of the profits. The higher the ratio, the more secure the lender is in respect of payment of interest regularly. If profit it is just equal to interest, then what will happen? It is an unsafe position for the lender as well as for the company also, as nothing will be left for the shareholder. See, whatever the profit they earned and the same they have paid in the name of interest, from where will they pay the amount of dividends to their shareholders? Nothing will be left if the amount of interest and the profit they are equal. Now move on to the solution. C. The formula for interest coverage ratio. Interest coverage ratio is equals to net profit before interest and tax divided by fixed interest charges. And one more thing. In the above question, net profit after interest and tax is given, whereas profit before interest and tax is required to be calculated. या ये देखिए कि क्वेश्चन में आपको जो उन्होंने प्रॉफिट दिया है, दैट प्रॉफिट इज आफ्टर टैक्स, नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स. अब ये आफ्टर टैक्स हाउ विल इट बी converted into before tax. Now let us move on to solution. Next slide. If profit before tax is 60, then profit see if profit after tax is 60, then the profit before tax it must be 100. If profit after tax is rupees 6 lakh, then the profit before tax it must be 100 divided by 60 into 6 lakh. It is rupees 10 lakh. दोबारा देखिए, if profit after tax is 60, then the profit before tax 100 होना चाहिए. अभी 60 कहाँ से आया बेटे? 100 में से 40 को हमने माइनस कर दिया, 60 रह गया. 100 में से 40 को माइनस करने के बाद में you have got 60. If the profit after tax is 60, then the profit before tax must be rupees 100. If the profit after tax is rupees 6 lakh, after tax 6 lakh है, तो before tax कितना होना चाहिए? 100 divided by 60 into 6 lakh, rupees 10 lakh. And now listen, interest rate at the rate of 12% on debentures on rupees 40 lakh. ये टोटल इंटरेस्ट विल बी आपका रुपीज 4,80,000. एंड नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स में इंटरेस्ट और टैक्स दोनों को मैंने प्लस कर दिया है, रुपीज 10 लाख प्लस रुपीज 4,80,000. आई होप देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी डाउट. फॉर नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स रुपीज 10 lakh plus rupees 4,80,000. Total net profit before interest and tax it is rupees 14,80,000. And interest coverage ratio for rupees 14,80,000 divided by 4,80,000. Net profit before interest and tax divided by fixed interest charges. यहाँ पर fixed interest charges will be taken on rupees 40 lakh at the rate of 12%. 14,80,000 divided by 4,80,000. The result is 3.08 times. Significance of interest coverage ratio. It reveals the number of times interest on long term is covered by the profits available or higher to ensure the safety of interest on long term debts. The interest coverage ratio will improve if the company decides to pay their loan of rupees 5 lakh. Really, the interest coverage ratio will improve if the company decides to redeem rupees 5 lakh debentures, assuming the same rate of net profit and the tax rate will be same. देखिए, जितना उधार कम होगा उतना पैसा कम पे करना पड़ेगा. उधार को पे करने के बाद में देयर टैक्स रेशियो डेफिनेटली दैट विल इंप्रूव. एंड नाउ मूव ऑन टू कमेंट्स. देखो बेटा, कमेंट्स क्या रहेंगे? नॉर्मली एक्सेप्टेड इंटरेस्ट कवरेज रेशियो इज 6 और 7 टाइम्स. मतलब अगर आप 6 to 7 टाइम्स इंटरेस्ट पे करते हैं इट इज गुड. whereas the actual ratio for this company is 3.08. See, the ratio of this company to pay interest coverage ratio, the times I should say, the times that is very less. It means that the profits of this company are 3.08 times in comparison to fixed interest charges. Then this indicates that the firm will not be able to pay interest on long-term loans regularly because they are not earning sufficient profits, or we can say that they have taken very much loan. This ratio also indicates that the long-term solvency position of the company is not satisfactory, because when the loans they become due, when the maturity time for debentures or any long term loans they come, when the time of maturity has arrived, then what will they do? Whatever are they earning, they are paying interest, or many times they are not even in position to pay interest. In that case, their long term solvency position will not be good, that will not be satisfactory. Now move on to illustration number 46. The following particulars are extracted from the balance sheet of Goodwill Enterprises Limited as at 31st March 2020. देखिए क्वेश्चन है ये, illustration 46 है, not question. Equity share capital rupees 3 lakh, 10% preference share capital rupees 1 lakh 20,000, capital reserve rupees 60,000, profit and loss balance rupees 1 lakh 20,000, 12% debentures rupees 50,000, 10% mortgage loan rupees 1 lakh 50,000, current liabilities rupees 2 lakh 80,000, non-current assets rupees 4 lakh 80,000, current assets rupees 6 lakh. Calculate interest coverage ratio, and then see what one more thing is given to you: net profit after interest and tax 2 rupees 63,000. Rate of income tax was 50%. Solution. Solution में देखिए बेटे, it is accountancy and I understand it is very difficult to solve many questions for me also. To write like this, it takes many hours when I prepare this accountancy PPTs. Interest coverage ratio is equals to net profit before interest and tax divided by fixed interest charges. And now see, in this question, fixed interest charges, they will be on debentures, they will be on mortgage loan. 12% interest on debentures of rupees 50,000 प्लस करेंगे 10% इंटरेस्ट ऑन मोर्टगेज लोन ऑफ रुपीज 1,50,000. And now these are the interest amount: rupees 6,000 plus rupees 15,000 is equals to rupees 21,000. Net profit before interest and tax is calculated as follows: net profit after interest and tax, it is rupees 63,000, और नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर आपको निकालना है, बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स, दैट इज 63,000 इंटू 100/50 रुपीज 1,26,000. दोबारा देखो बेटा, नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स दैट इज रुपीज 63,000. ये आफ्टर है, इट इज आफ्टर नॉट बिफोर. आफ्टर नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स है आपका रुपीज 63,000. इस आफ्टर को बिफोर में कन्वर्ट करना है. सो नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर मैंने लिखा, इट इज ऑल नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स इज इक्वल्स टू रुपीज 63,000 इंटू 100/50 रुपीज 1,26,000. इट इज नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स. प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स रुपीज 1,26,000 प्लस में आ जाएगा आपका फिक्स्ड इंटरेस्ट चार्ज. जो टोटल हमारा नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स है, उसमें हमने क्या क्या लिया है देखिए. प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स ले लिया, और ले लिया हमने टोटल इंटरेस्ट रुपीज 1,26,000 प्लस रुपीज 21,000. दे आर इक्वल टू रुपीज 1,47,000. इंटरेस्ट कवरेज रेशो दैट विल बी 1,47,000. Net profit before interest and tax divided by fixed interest charges, and fixed interest charges are 21,000. Net profit before interest and tax is rupees 1,47,000. And the ICR ratio आ गई आपके पास 7 times. 7 times means the company, the firm, the business is in very good position. एक्टिविटी अगला पार्ट हमारा शुरू होता है, नेक्स्ट पार्ट रेशो, नेक्स्ट वैरायटी ऑफ रेशोज, इट इज एक्टिविटी रेशोज और टर्नओवर रेशोज. These ratios measure how well the facilities at the disposal of the concern are being utilized. These ratios are also known as turnover ratios as they indicate the rapidity with which the resources available to the concern are being used to produce revenue from operations. In other words, these ratios measure the efficiency and rapidity of the resources of the company. Resource देखिए क्या क्या हो सकते हैं. They can be inventory, fixed assets, working capital, trade receivables. So these all are the name of the resources. ये resources के नाम है बेटा. And this all we will use to find out turnover ratios. These ratios are generally calculated on the basis of revenue from operation. The main C. Revenue from operations is the latest terminology of accountancy. इसको हम सेल्स बोलते हैं. Revenue from operations means sales और cost of revenue from operations means cost of goods sold. Some of the important activity ratios are discussed below. There are many ratios, but I am starting from one. First number, it is of inventory turnover ratio. It is ratio number 1. Turnover ratio में ratio number 1 है हमारा inventory turnover ratio. This ratio indicates the relationship between the cost of revenue from operations, sales हो गया, और cost of goods sold. ये आपका cost ये हो गया, yes. See, revenue from operations or cost of goods sold during the year and average inventory kept during the year, during that year. This is the relationship between sales and inventory. This is the relationship basically. Inventory turnover ratio. This is the formula. Cost of revenue from operations or cost of goods sold. Cost of revenue from operations sales होता है बेटे, और cost of goods sold it will be divided by average inventory and the result will come in times. Cost of revenue from operations or cost of goods sold can be calculated by two ways. Way number 1 देखिए, cost of revenue from operations is equals to opening stock, purchases, wages, सभी डायरेक्ट खर्चे जोड़िए, कैश इनवर्ट जोड़िए, क्लोजिंग इन्वेंटरी को माइनस करिए. You will be able to find out cost of revenue from operations or cost of goods sold. Cost of revenue from operations or cost of goods sold, another formula, revenue from operations minus gross profit or revenue from operations plus gross loss. Average inventory can be calculated as follows. Average inventory का मतलब है opening inventory plus closing inventory divided by 2. देखिए बेटे, क्वेश्चन करने से पहले फॉर्मूला को समझना इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट एंड इट इज वेरी मच नेसेसरी आल्सो. सी, कॉस्ट ऑफ रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस और कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड. रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस में से या तो आप ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट को माइनस करिए या रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस में ग्रॉस लॉस को जोड़िए. यू विल बी एबल टू फाइंड आउट कॉस्ट ऑफ रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस. Average in when you calculate average inventory, in that case opening inventory and closing inventory both will be added and they will be divided by 2. Then you will be in position to find out average inventory. Objective and significance of inventory turnover ratio. This ratio indicates whether inventory has been efficiently used or not. If there is only stock of raw material lying and that is not converted into finished goods and they are not ready for sales, it will be detected only by inventory turnover ratio. It shows the speed with which the inventory is rotated into revenue from operations, and after that, or the number of times the inventory is turned into revenue from operations during the year. यहाँ देखो बेटे कि हमने क्या क्या किया है. हमने, it shows the speed with which the inventory is rotated into revenue from operations, or the number of times the inventory is turned into revenue from operations. कितनी बार में पूरा साल में हमने अपने स्टॉक को कन्वर्ट किया सेल्स में, कन्वर्ट किया रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस में. The higher the ratio, the better it is. It indicates that inventory is selling quickly. रेशो ज्यादा आएगी. It is very clear कि selling बहुत बढ़िया है, स्मार्ट है. In a business where an inventory turnover ratio is high, goods can be sold at low margin of profit, and even then the profitability may be quite high. Listen, when the selling is when the selling is very much good, in that case the goods even they can be sold at less profit. तो profitability हमारी तब भी ज्यादा आएगी. Selling is more, because of selling is more, profitability will be very much high. And low inventory turnover ratio indicates that inventory does not sell quickly and remains lying unsold for quite a long time. This results in increased storage. देखिए, आपको रॉ मटेरियल को इकट्ठा करके रखना पड़ेगा या फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट को इकट्ठा करके रखना पड़ेगा. Blocking of funds. See, you have spent money for its manufacturing. वो सारा पैसा ब्लॉक हुआ पड़ा है. And losses on account of its becoming obsolete or unsellable. What will happen? See, if the goods they are not sold for a quite more time, then the material that can be obsolete. Obsolete means out of fashion. Unsellable, that will not be in position to be sold because the taste of customers it keeps on changing. This ratio can be used for the comparison for comparing the efficiency of sales policies of two firms doing the same type of business. The inventory policy of the management of that firm whose inventory turnover ratio is higher, then that firm will be treated as a more efficient firm. वो लोग ज्यादा समझदार हैं जिनका selling is more. And now listen to your homework, chapter number 5. You will solve question numbers 45 to 50. Thank you so much.